TFNN. Headline News Update.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Tommy O'Brien, coming to you live from TFNN, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday, January 4th, 2021, kicking things off, and we're right where we ended 2020, folks. Positive territory pretty much across the board this morning. We're going to be near record territory in the S&P, NASDAQ, and the Dow. We'll start it off with the S&Ps. We're up about 14 points right now, trading at 37.62. We were as high as 37.73 overnight. NQs are up 56 points, 12,942. The Dow up 104, 30,600 on the dot as we speak. We're as high as about 30,691. And the Russell up 13 points as well, 1988. The Russell, the only index somewhat away from the all-time highs, about 40 points in that index or so at 2,032 from last week in the Russell. Commodities, we got some real action in commodities going on right now. We got the oil contract up 45 cents at 48.94. We were within 17 pennies of $50 earlier in the session. How about gold? Up almost $50 as well at 19.44 right now. Silver's up $1.22 at 27.64. We'll jump over to notes and bonds. The 10-year is off 4 ticks right now. We have a 10-year yield of 0.937%. So approaching 0.94% on the 10-year yield right now. The 30-year is off 20 ticks to start it off at 172.18 right now, and we'll jump over to the VIX. Volatility index, I talked about it in my program. Interesting here. We have markets positive across the board for the 4 major indices. And meanwhile, the VIX actually elevating to almost above anywhere we were trading at for the New Year's Eve trading session. Not usually how you'd see it. You'd see a positive market. You'd see a VIX pulling back. So pay attention as we come into the new year here. There's a lot of volatility. We have an election going on tomorrow in Georgia that will decide the Senate. And look at this VIX. Look at the volatility we're getting right now. We just dropped to 22.56. Not sure if that's going to be one tick that gets us down there, and we're back up. Nonetheless, a little volatility to kick things off. And we'll jump around to some of the equities. How about Tesla? They delivered almost 500,000 vehicles in 2020. They're up today again at $14. And we'll finish it off with Bitcoin. You want to talk about some volatility, folks. Bitcoin trading over the weekend reaches $34,000 in change. And look at the action we got just from last night, folks. You trade down almost $6,000 from $34,000 and change to $28,500. And since then, we're up $3,500 in the last less than 4 hours for Bitcoin. Stay tuned, folks. We got a man, Larry Pesavento. He's coming up live right now. Live programming all day at TFNN. Stay tuned, folks.